My research is in the field of microbiology. I work with Dr. Tricia Van Laar. I specifically researched the evolution of antibiotic resistance in Klebsiella pneumoniae biofilms. Klebsiella pneumoniae is a clinically significant pathogen, which means that it causes a lot of really nasty infections in clinical settings like hospitals. So specifically, there's two reasons why it's so dangerous. The first reason why is because of its propensity to become resistant to antibiotics. A prime example of this is a woman in Reno, Nevada, got one of these infections from India, and she came back to US, and when she passed away and they tested the strain, they found that it was resistant to all 26 FDA-approved antibiotics in the United States. The second reason why it's so dangerous after that is biofilms, which is specifically what I research. So biofilms are communities of microorganisms that provide nutrients and protection to each other through the production of a polysaccharide matrix, which is just kind of like this gross, slimy layer that they kind of covers these microcolonies. And essentially, it's almost like a little gated community where it protects the sensitive cells on the inside from the stressors of the outside. This would be antibiotics and other stressful conditions. Previously, it was thought that these bacteria inside of the biofilms are just kind of laying dormant and they're just being protected by the biofilm. But what we've seen, or what my research suggests, is that if you continually expose them to antibiotics and then remove them from these biofilms, they are now able to survive without their protective biofilms. Alongside of doing the wet work in the lab, which is the stuff working on the bench, working with the actual bacteria, we were able to do whole genome sequencing, which is where we send in our samples and we get back an actual DNA code from our resistant isolates. So hopefully by identifying genes with these mutations, we can help create targets for other researchers to make better therapies for these antibiotic-resistant bacteria. I have gained so many experiences and just so many skills by being in this lab. I joined this lab before I actually took a microbiology class, so I had no idea what I was doing, but with the help of a master's student that taught me and with the help of Dr. Van Laar, I learned so much. I learned how to work in a biohazard 2 hood. I learned how to work with antibiotic-resistant bacterium. I made so many friends. I got to travel to symposiums. It's a very versatile kind of environment. It's always a team effort, but you are gonna have to have some form of independence or a lot of independence because in my personal experience, I am running my own project, so I have to be independent in a lot of ways. I know for me, it gave me the self-efficacy to do well and to succeed because it gave me independence and confidence. Like right now, I'm working in some hospitals and I'm scribing with a doctor, and it's a stressful environment, and I know I probably wouldn't do as well under the pressure if I didn't have this experience to struggle on my own, struggle with mentorship, and have mentorship to help me with all these things that encompass my life and the job I'm trying to pursue. Growing up, I loved medicine. I really wanted to do medicine, and then somebody in my life left who was a really big influence to why I wanted to do it, and I kind of felt lost. When I joined Fresno State, I was a double major. I was science and music, but I was planning on dropping the science major, and I wanted to just do music. I remember telling my mom, I think I'm gonna drop my science major. I wanna do music. And she told me, just try a science class. So I did. I tried a science class, and I realized that I really liked science, and I continued with it. I remember sitting in an organic chemistry lecture and thinking, oh my gosh, this is so interesting, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And it's something where medicine and science is so interesting to me, and I know that this lab played a huge role in my interest and in pursuing this path. And it's been a really positive influence in my life.